Ah!
To all you haters out there, fuck you. This is not a fucking hobby. You're listening to the most non-relevant, relevant sports show on the internet. He's a combat veteran turned entrepreneur turned sports journalist. And she has an IQ higher than your entire family combined. It's the S3, and it starts right now.
Oh, I am losing my mind right now. Absolutely just losing my friggin' mind right now. I've got it. Okay, so I updated the Mac OS operating system. You know, I got the new update and everything, and now I'm trying to figure out how everything's doing it and why just one touch blows it up on the screen. We have a big screen for computer review, so it goes from like a note to poof. Can you read me now? It's like, right. Jesus. Okay, we're good. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the S3 podcast, where the takes are hot, the jokes are questionable, and the sports world never disappoints. Today, we're talking Bill Belichick, of course, not being a first ballot Hall of Famer, the latest NFL chaos, some truly wild headlines. NASCAR is returning this weekend, and why Cardinals fans might want to lower their expectations just a bit. Not that their expectations were really high to begin with.
Right.
But you should have it. But I did also notice kind of a disturbing trend in the coaching hires that I feel needs to be brought up with only two teams left that need to have a coach, that being the Arizona Cardinals and the Las Vegas Raiders. So I'll talk about that here shortly. Today's episode of the S3 podcast is brought to you by Sports Media X, the training ground for sports fans who want to turn their passion into a legit sports media brand. If you've ever wanted to start a podcast, cover your favorite team, shoot games as media, or build real credibility in sports content, Sports Media X shows you how, step by step, no degree, no connections, no massive following required. You'll learn how to build your brand, create content that gets noticed, and even request media credentials the right way. If you're serious about sports media, this is where it starts. Check out Sports Media X and start building your path into the game. Go to coachjeffdemers.com/media to reserve your seat for the next class, which I'm hoping is going to be next week. It's one of the slides that keeps just blowing up in my face as part of the webinar that I'm building. Anyway, wow. All right, what's first?
Headlines and horrible dad jokes.
For those that have followed the show for a while, it's like, oh, he's drinking again. No, I'm actually not. I haven't had a beer in a while, believe it or not. All right, headlines and horrible dad jokes. Headline number one, kind of top of the sports world right now. 8-time Super Bowl winning coach Bill Belichick is not a first ballot Hall of Famer. Belichick did not get the needed 80% of the vote, with at least 11 of the 50 Hall of Fame members, voters not voting for him to get into the NFL Hall of Fame. Belichick is the second winningest head coach of all time with 333 wins. He has 6 Super Bowl titles as a head coach and 2 as a defensive coordinator.
Right.
Now, people are coming out and saying, well, he didn't get in because of Deflategate and because of Spygate.
Right. Both of which they were found innocent.
Yeah, well, no, Spygate was legit. Spygate was legit, but
it wasn't intentional.
Yeah, no, it was intentional.
So my impression was he didn't know he was breaking the rules. He was just recording.
Belichick's one of those people that, like, and I'm a firm believer in this. If your coach isn't at least trying to get every advantage for your team, then, I mean, depending on what it is, like he didn't have anybody killed or anything like that, that would be a little off. But something like that, like for Spygate, and I'll touch on Spygate in a second, like teams are allowed to have a camera facing the field. They're just not allowed to have it on their own sideline directly facing the other team.
Right.
Like, but for game purposes, so they can go back and watch game film and things like that. Every team is allowed to have a camera facing the field, just not from where Bill Belichick had it. And I'm pretty sure he knew it. Again, I'll touch on Spygate in just a second because Jimmy Johnson is just dropping golden nuggets because of this whole thing. Talk about him first. First, for all you haters out there that are like, oh, he got caught cheating twice. Yeah, he really didn't. According to Mike Florio's 2022 book, which is a good read, it's called Playmakers, How the NFL Really Works and Doesn't, extensively covers the Deflategate scandal, revealing that the NFL deliberately discarded 2015-2016 football pressure data that may have contradicted their narrative against the Patriots. Florio describes the scandal as a poison in the system. Key details regarding Deflategate in the book include data destruction. Florio reveals the NFL deleted the 2015 season air pressure data. Information in the initial inaccurate report that 11 and 12 footballs were significantly underinflated came from Troy Vincent, the NFL's executive VP of football operations. I'll talk about my man, Troy Vincent, again in here in a second. Narrative control. Despite collecting data to evaluate pressure, Roger Goodell refused to release the results, shielding the league's narrative. Again, all that information is in Mike Florio's book he wrote in 2022 called Playmakers, How the NFL Really Works and Doesn't. So basically, the NFL did what they said they were going to do after the Patriots got called with deflated football. They said, we're going to measure every team's football from this point forward. They also said that they were going to tell everybody what the results were. But
then they hit that.
Because the results did not fit their narrative.
Right.
So they just hit them. And Florio actually interviewed the guy that wrote the report. And he was told that he was ordered to leave that information out of the report.
Right.
Wow. Lasting impact. The book portrays it as one of the most ridiculous yet impactful controversies in NFL history, influencing team reputations and operations and apparently Hall of Fame nominations.
Right.
Now let me get back to my man, Troy Vincent. Troy Vincent actually fixed the Super Bowl against the Philadelphia Eagles, or excuse me, for his Philadelphia Eagles against the New England Patriots. Don't believe me? NFL Vice President of Officiating Al Riveron told ESPN that he and Vincent, the league executive who suspended Tom Brady for Deflategate, were officiating on the fly during Super Bowl, I think that's 52, 8 years ago.
Yeah.
When referee Gene Steratore, who we know, went to review plays in question. He consulted with Riveron and Vincent. Those two were implementing the NFL's new catch rule, which still needed to be voted in by the owners in the offseason. They implemented it before it was officially on the books.
Right.
In other words, the NFL was prematurely implementing a rule that didn't yet exist in the NFL play rule book, and they have admitted as much. No, Troy Vincent actually came out and admitted this.
Yeah.
Now, when the Patriots lost, as a fan, I was just like, they lost another Super Bowl. It wasn't new to us. They win a lot. They lost a lot, right? Okay, we'll be back, right? That's my initial thought. Right. Then Troy Vincent came out in the offseason at the owners' meeting when he was told, or he was asked by media, are we making a catch rule change? And he came out and said, we basically already did. Right. We made the change during the Super Bowl so as not to take points away from teams during the game.
Right.
Well, let's go back and look at what teams that would have taken points from. Well, there were only two catches up for review. They were both on the Eagles. Troy Vincent played the majority of his career on the Philadelphia Eagles and spent the other years getting his ass kicked as a Miami Dolphin and a Buffalo Bill by the Patriots.
Right.
No reason for him to hate them whatsoever. And, oh, by the way, the year after he left the Eagles, the Patriots beat the Eagles in the Super Bowl.
Right.
So he couldn't even see his old team win.
Right.
Yeah, he doesn't have any reason to hold a grudge whatsoever. Whatever. Oh, my God. Now, after Spygate in 2007, the Patriots, led by Hall of Famer, future Hall of Famer, Bill Belichick, this is after it happened. He still went on to the Super Bowl in 2007, went to the playoffs in 2009, went to the AFC divisional round in 2010, went to the Super Bowl in 2011, went to the AFC championship in 2012, 2013, won the Super Bowl in 2014, went to the AFC championship in 2015. He won another Super Bowl in 2016, went to the Super Bowl in 2017 that was fixed by Troy Vincent, and then he won the Super Bowl in 2018. Everything after 2007, just that alone would have made him a surefire Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
But there were people didn't like him too much. There were people that did not like him too much. Now, Bill Polian, former Indianapolis Colts executive, who battled Bill's Patriots for years with Peyton Manning by his side, he was on the voting team. Now, it did come out and confirm that Polian did indeed vote for Belichick.
Yeah.
But there are other people that don't like Belichick, media included, because he was very, truculent with the media.
Yeah.
And that's an understatement. He still is over at UNC.
Right.
So here's my biggest question. Robert Kraft is on this ballot too. Is Robert Kraft, we're going to find out the results this coming week. Is Robert Kraft going to be in the Hall of Fame before his head coach? And if Belichick's out because of Spygate and Deflategate, because he was the head coach, what about his quarterback?
Right.
The greatest quarterback ever. Are you going to hold him out for a year too? Because there's other people that have been on the ballot before him?
Right.
Are you out of your friggin' mind?
Well, let's not forget there are plenty of people that are in the Hall of Fame that were caught illegally gambling.
Oh, yeah.
Committing felonies. Committing felonies in there.
Yeah. There are plenty of people in the Hall of Fame with all of that. Absolutely. Just look at I only brought up a few of them. Stephen A. Smith said fans should absolutely, quote, boycott the Hall of Fame this year. Patrick Mahomes, quote, insane. Don't even understand how this could be possible. J.J. Watt, I can't be reading this right. This has to be some knockoff Hall of Fame or something. It can't be the actual NFL Hall of Fame. There is not a single word whatsoever in which Bill Belichick should not be a first ballot Hall of Famer. Right. LeBron James, who's quickly becoming my new buddy. Right? Right. I love talking about LeBron on this show. Yes. Quote, man, there's no way I read that right. Right? Ain't no way Bill Belichick ain't first ballot Hall of Fame. That's impossible, egregious, and quite frankly, disrespectful. He channeled his inner Stephen A. using the word egregious in that one. I like that one. Coach Prime, a.k.a. Deion Sanders. The disrespect to Coach Belichick is straight out ignorant, all in caps. He's arguably the best NFL coach to ever coach the game. How quickly you forget the impact Coach Belichick made on all of us. Wow. Jimmy Johnson. This is wrong. Number 2 winning all-time, more Super Bowls than anyone, unimaginable number of division championships, a lot of small, jealous voters. Robert Kraft via ESPN. Whatever perception may exist about any personal differences between Bill and me, I strongly believe Bill Belichick's record and body of work speaks for themselves. Kraft said in a statement Wednesday, he is the greatest coach of all time, and he unequivocally deserves to be a unanimous first ballot Pro Football Hall of Famer. Tom Brady, quote, if I need one coach to go win a Super Bowl, I'm picking Bill. Now this stuff is good. Check this out. Jimmy Johnson said during an interview, quote, if you are using the excuse of Spygate, that's ridiculous. Many teams, including ourselves, the legendary Dallas Cowboys, including ourselves, tried it. Howard Mudd, with 2 Ds, of Kansas City, who later coached for both Bill Polian and Tony Dungy, who are both on the Hall of Fame committee, by the way, gave us the idea. He was the best. We didn't get anything in stock, but many teams gave it a try. What? So the guy, Howard Mudd, who was great at doing it, worked for both Bill Polian and Tony Dungy, who are currently sitting members of the Hall of Fame committee. Now, Polian did come out and say, and it was confirmed, he voted for Belichick.
Right.
Dungy, I haven't liked since he was like way back in the day. Since he was like a Jet.
There's obviously only one guy that gave a legitimate-ish sounding reason for not including Bill, and that was because he felt like there were 3 people that he thought also deserved to be in there that were going to be like not eligible anymore in the near future.
Yeah, there's some old timers that are on the ballot. I don't like how the voting goes.
Even then,
I don't like how the voting goes. How you mix coaches, players, and influencers, owners, things like that. How do you mix them in the same pool and say you can only vote for 3?
Right.
Shouldn't be, you should vote for at least one person, one coach, one influencer, and maybe 3 players.
Yeah.
Shouldn't it be better that way?
You would think, right? And then you could get like proper representation of various positions.
So according again to Jimmy Johnson on Spygate, everybody did it, including the Cowboys, including Kansas City, including the Colts.
Right.
Everybody did it. Not everybody was good at it. Not an excuse. Not an excuse. If all our friends go and rob a bank, should we go rob a bank? No. Shouldn't do it. All right. Slap them on the wrist for that one. We already mentioned Mike Florio's book. Again, if you haven't read it, 2022 book, Playmakers, How the NFL Really Works and Doesn't, extensively covers the Deflategate scandal, revealing that the NFL deliberately discarded 2015-2016 football pressure data that may have contradicted their narrative against the Patriots. And in other words, it would have completely exonerated the New England Patriots and Tom Brady. But now it's a mark that everybody uses. Oh, they cheated, deflated footballs. They went on to win multiple Super Bowls after that happened.
Right.
Just saying. Actually, no, they won 1 Super Bowl, multiple AFC championships. They went to 2. Anyway, moving on. What's next?
We're still on the headlines. We got to do the second headline.
Oh my God!
Let me do a joke. Slide a joke in there.
Yeah. Let me slide a joke in there. After an unsuccessful harvest, why did the farmer decide to try a career in music?
I don't know why.
Because he had a ton of sick beats. Headline number 2, or maybe this is joke number 2, Shedeur Sanders is a freaking Pro Bowler.
Right.
Yes, Cleveland Browns rookie quarterback Shedeur Sanders was named to the 2026 AFC Pro Bowl roster as a replacement for Drake May. As a 5th-round pick, he completed a whopping 57% of his passes for 1,400 yards, 7 touchdowns, and 10 interceptions in 8 games. You know what, though? Stats aside, I'm completely okay with this. Completely okay, because I think if the fans had a true vote, they probably would have put Shedeur in there. It's a flag football game. Right. I don't want older veterans out there trying to run around. Get them out there. Let them run around in the sand. I don't care. Like, no cares, no fucks given at all on this one, right? Plus, I believe everybody else that had better numbers is like hurt.
Yeah,
they're all hurt or they're already in Cancun.
And it's just something to remember going forward, because they always make such a big deal about if somebody's been a Pro Bowler, and now we're all going to have that little but in the back of our heads.
Yeah. I mean, it's really not the Pro Bowl game anymore. They should rename it to like the All-Star game, because they have the flag football game, and then they have some other stuff that they do, the skills challenges and stuff. It sounds like an NBA All-Star game. So let's just call it an All-Star game. Put young Shedeur out there, let him scramble around, see if somebody can catch his flag. I don't care. Because everybody else, I'm pretty sure everybody else they asked pretty much said no. Allen just had surgery, or he's about to have surgery, one of those two, so he's not in. Trevor Lawrence, I believe he had to fix something, so he's not in. Patrick Mahomes definitely in. Who the hell else from the AFC are you going to put in there?
Right.
Let Shedeur go out there. Fine. We needed a replacement water boy. Here you go. Go give them water. Okay. Let him go play. Did he have the stats as a traditional Pro Bowler? No, he didn't. It's flag football. Nobody cares. I'm probably still going to watch though. See what happens. All right. Why is it so cheap to throw a party at a haunted house?
I don't know why.
Because the ghosts bring all the booze. All right. Headline number 3. Giannis's time in Milwaukee appears to be coming to an end, according to multiple ESPN sources. The Miami Heat, Minnesota Timberwolves, New York Knickerbockers, and the Golden State Warriors are the front runners to retain his services. Antetokounmpo, with an M at the end, is currently out with a calf strain. Bucks might wait as long as June to get a better understanding of who has the best draft capital. Look, if they're going to trade Giannis, like, get as much youth as possible.
No, they should. They'd go for a high-level draft pick for. I mean,
Giannis is a generational talent. He's built like a freaking linebacker.
He's the reason they got a championship under
He's the
their
reason
belts.
they got it. No, it's his brother on the bench, just like Bronny. Brings good luck to the. Okay, maybe not. I can't even come up with a story to make that make sense. Where would he go? I mean, there's plenty of choices. I do not want to see him on the New York Knicks. I'd rather see him on the Wolves or the Warriors because that puts him in the Western Conference.
Right.
So get him out of the East.
Get him out of our hair. Agreed.
All right. What brand of underwear do scientists wear?
I have no idea.
That would be Calvin Klein.
Calvin
with a K. All right, moving on. Jesus Christ. I actually picked these. All right, headline number 4. In case you missed it, because we're really not talking about it right now, we will a lot more next week. It's Patriots Seahawks for Super Bowl 60. Pats are to wear all white. Seahawks to wear all navy.
That's cool.
Seahawks are I believe, they're the home team. I mean, they're right down the road. Like Seahawks fan, the 12th man, who I explained to you why they're called the 12th man. Yes. They will travel. I mean, Patriots fans do a pretty good job traveling as well.
I'm sure there are fans in Atlanta also, like local fans.
Yeah, it's in San Francisco.
That's right. Why do I keep trying to force it to be in Atlanta, and I'm not sure
because 328 is coming around, which is an unofficial holiday that we celebrate as Patriots fans. Put it together.
In San Francisco.
Right. Now, I will say this, okay? Because, like, I'm going to pick, even as a diehard Patriots fan, you see the 10 jersey behind me, I'm going to pick Seattle for multiple reasons. One, because every single time this season I picked against the Patriots, they have won. Not superstitious. I'm a little stitious. I'm still going to pick against them, right? But I'm going to be cheering for them. I'm going to be crying when they most likely lose. But it's the beginning of a bright future. Anyway, moving on. I see a lot of similarities between the talk about this Patriots team going up against basically an offensive juggernaut and a pretty damn good defensive team in Seattle compared to 2001 New England Patriots going against the greatest show on turf. Right. Multiple Hall of Famers on that Rams team, and the Patriots, who were severe underdogs, went in and beat them.
Yeah, this is gonna be a white knuckle
draw
game.
The parallel to it?
Sure.
It's gonna be interesting.
The Hawks are a nasty team. They steamroll everybody, so I have nerves. I have nerves about it.
All right, I hated my last job. All I did was crush cans all day. It was so depressing. All right, moving on. What's next?
Rise up, Red Sea.
All right. For what? Actually, that's a good question. What the hell are we rising up for? We do live here in the Valley of the Sun. I am an New Englander. Yeah, that's how I'm a Pats fan. She is a Pats fan because, well, she had a huge crush on Bill Belichick until he had a 24-year-old girlfriend take his side. Now she's kind of just,
I wanted
maybe
a piece
Mike
of that.
Vrabel.
That's what you're saying.
She likes the thicker, more huskier guys. That's how she ended up with me. Head coaching interviews by the Red Sea. Well, they interviewed Joe Brady. Joe Brady's gone. That was the Bills' offense coordinator. He was hired by the Bills. They have requested an interview with Thomas Brown, the Patriots passing game coordinator.
Right.
They interviewed Anthony Campanella, who then returned to the Jaguars. Mm-hmm. They interviewed Jeff Hafley, Packers defensive coordinator, who was then hired by the Dolphins. They did complete the interview with Vance Joseph, the Broncos defensive coordinator. They have scheduled an interview with Clint Kubiak, the Seahawks offensive coordinator. Probably won't happen until after the Super Bowl. They have a second interview scheduled with Mike LaFleur, which translates to Mike the Flower, Rams offensive coordinator, second interview. They interviewed Raheem Morris. They scheduled an interview with Raheem Morris, former Falcons head coach. They completed an interview with Matt Nagy, chief offensive coordinator, who I believe returned to the Chiefs.
Probably.
They interviewed Robert Saleh, 49ers defensive coordinator, who fell in with the Titans as their new head coach. They requested an interview with Arthur Smith, the Steelers offensive coordinator. Why? Because their offense looked so good last year. They scheduled a second interview with Miami Dolphins defensive coordinator Anthony Weaver. And then, of course, the joke of it all, they interviewed current Cal GM Ron Rivera, former Panthers head coach, as well. Now, out of the 10 teams that needed a head coach, only the Raiders and the Cardinals still need to hire one. So out of the 10 teams, no team, this is what I found. There were 10 opportunities, and I'm all about best fit, hire the best guy, but there's some pretty damn good candidates out there who are of the African-American persuasion.
People of color.
And they have not been. 10 teams need a head coach. Zero.
Yeah.
People of color have been hired.
That's a bit.
Falcons, Kevin Stefanski. Ravens, Jesse Minter. Bills, Joe Brady. Browns, Todd Monken. Dolphins, Jeff Hafley. Giants, John Harbaugh. Steelers, Mike McCarthy. Titans, Robert Saleh, who's, by the way, Lebanese. Now, here's the problem. Clearly, out of all of them left, Clint Kubiak is the hottest commodity. His offense has run freaking through walls this season with the young guy by the name of Jackson Smith and Jigba, who we cheer for.
Yeah.
I know his brother pretty well. And some old guy who's been cleared off 4 other football teams by the name of Sam Darnold. And, oh, by the way, they have Kenneth Walker and a few others.
Charbonnet, but he won't play in the Super Bowl.
So it's very difficult. With the Cardinals having second interviews requested or scheduled with Mike the Flower, Anthony Weaver, who, by the way, is a black candidate, Dolphins defense coordinator, and they have scheduled Clint Kubiak. It is very difficult for me, who wants to see a black coach get hired, to say that Anthony Weaver and Ejiro Evero from the Panthers defensive coordinator are better for the Cardinals than the guy in charge of the number 1 offense who's currently in the Super Bowl.
Right.
It's extremely difficult for me. I want to see it. 10 teams had an opening, 0 black coaches. But you can't tell me you can't jump on Clint Kubiak if he says he wants to be your head coach.
Right.
The number 1 offense. You took an old, washed-up guy, according to multiple teams, in Sam Darnold, and made him the savior of Seattle.
Right.
How do you not, if you are the Arizona Cardinals, jump on that opportunity? The Cardinals are in shambles. They have an owner who knows nothing, Mr. Bidwell, nothing about creating a successful organization on the field or off the field. He has no other businesses. He's on a few committees where he gives advice. He has no other income coming in than the team that he inherited. How does that make you a good owner? It does not. We need to get on the phone with the whoever owns Liverpool or Arsenal, or even bring in friggin' Rob McElhaney and friggin' Ryan Reynolds and see if they want to own an actual football team.
Right.
Seriously, Deadpool already has the Cardinals colors. I'm just saying, they would be better owners than the family that has owned this team since the early 1930s.
Yeah.
And have 0 Super Bowl wins.
They've done nothing with it in that entire time.
At some point, we have to stop saying we just need the right coach or the right quarterback. We need the right owner.
It doesn't matter if you get the right coach or the right quarterback if you don't let them do their jobs. And there's a lot going on with our ownership where they put all these restrictions and rules, and you got to do it this way, and it has to be like that. You can only use this stuff, and you keep putting a stranglehold on everything, then you're going to get people choking out on the field.
Now, as a credentialed media member here,
just saying,
right? I cover the Diamondbacks. I cover Arizona State football. I love covering those two teams because the ownership, regardless of the fact that there's only one title for the Diamondbacks, they actually show that they care about the teams and the players that they put together.
They
versus Michael Bidwell, who just looks like he's just trying to put a team on the field.
Right.
It's like he knows we're the worst team in our conference, which it's obvious to everybody.
Right.
But this is year one of sucking. This is what were they? They've been around since 1933.
Yeah, almost. We're closing in on 100 years.
90, it's over 90 years. Somebody do the math. It's like 92 years, 93 years.
Yeah.
No Super Bowl titles. Now, granted, they won a title in 1947, pre-Super Bowl.
Right.
Pre-Super
Bowl era, but
right.
It's been a minute.
We don't need a new head coach. Well, we need that too. But we need a new owner.
We need a big restructure, but we have to do it in a way where the general manager and the head coach actually get to make some of the decisions themselves, and we need to get players that are being supported appropriately and generated as a team. Because I don't think there's a team environment there either. I think that's individual players.
Look, Kyler Murray, whether you want to run it back with him this year or not, it's his last year. And if he lasts that long, it came out that the asking price for him in a trade is a second-round pick. Honestly, with the lack of good quarterbacks coming out this year,
maybe
the Steelers, the Jets, they could probably throw a second-round pick to Murray. Sure, why not?
They'd have to
when he's healthy, he's exciting to watch. Right now, maybe that's all you need in New York. It's just a team that's exciting to watch. They were not exciting at all last year to watch. So maybe they pick up Kyler Murray. They're known for bringing in washed-up quarterbacks.
Yeah.
And he's already paid for next season. It's the last year of his guarantee. Give up a second-round pick. He's already paid for. Get him off the books and freaking go. I don't know who they're going to bring in as the quarterback. Jacoby Brissett's still under contract for another year. Let's ride. I don't care. Ride with Brissett again for one more year. I don't care who the coach is. Just tell the coach, don't do this thing where we didn't make the playoffs. We're going to fire our head coach after 1 year. You're the freaking Arizona Cardinals. You need more than a year to turn this shit show around.
For reals.
Stop firing your head coach after 2 years. Especially when, Bill Parcells is one of my favorite coaches all the time because he had a great saying that says, if you want me to cook the dinner, you need to let me pick out some of the groceries.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Came in,
they need to have some of that control down at the lower levels, and they don't.
Gannon came in, and he got stuck with everybody else's groceries.
Right.
It'd be like me trying to cook my type of dinner with your groceries. You're gluten-free and all that stuff. What the hell is all this stuff? Is this even food? What am I looking at?
Shush.
No, you're an amazing cook. You are. But it's different.
Yes.
Like my idea of a meal is different than your idea of a meal.
Yeah.
Right? Especially because you want to use vegetables. What does that?
God forbid. God forbid there's nutrients.
God forbid there should be a vegetable touching my steak. Unbelievable. All right, whatever. What? The Cardinals are in shambles. One of the two should hopefully, whoever misses out on Clint Kubiak has two solid black candidates to choose from, an Anthony Weaver and Yero Evero. Solid.
Yeah. It would be a shame to not.
We cannot go through.
One person of color gets it.
We cannot go through the largest head coaching change in a single season ever,
right,
without hiring a black candidate. We just can't.
Right.
Like, I wouldn't feel good about it, and I'm all about best man up front. But how can you come
down?
That's
the problem, though. There are plenty of options for best man in the person of color range that are just not.
There are
looked at. So
there are.
If there were none,
you're not gonna,
that'd
be
one thing. But there's plenty of candidates possible, so it's
like Mike Tomlin's not coming out of retirement this season to come and coach the freaking Cardinals. Give somebody else an opportunity. I don't care. They're going to suck this year. There's nothing that they can do in the NFC West that says we're going to be a playoff team next year if we can just get this one or two pieces.
Yeah.
There's nothing. Who cares? Lower the ticket prices. Stop having one of the worst attendances for home fans in the entire NFL.
For reals.
Seriously, they had, I think they were rated amongst the worst in the league. And we have a dome. An air-conditioned dome. Where we can also open the roof. It's actually very nice. I graduated in that stadium. State Farm Stadium. Gorgeous. It's a beautiful stadium. It's got a shitty team.
Cats play there one time.
It's like walking into a nice house and just seeing baby shit put all over the walls. That's what it is. You have a nice house, you got a shitty team. Let's just call it what it is. You can polish a turd, it's still a turd.
Right.
The team is a turd, and it's led by the owner. It is. The owner that knows nothing about winning. Nothing. Yeah. I hate to keep going back to this fact, but Bill Bedwell has zero proof of building a winning organization on the field or off of it. He has no other businesses. The Arizona Cardinals, all the family owns. He inherited the team.
Yeah.
It's like, you're next in line, William. Here's a football team.
Right.
No wonder why they suck.
Right.
They're terrible. Kid's probably never had to work for anything in his life, and he's older than I am. I'm calling him a kid. But that's when he got the team. Terrible, man. All right, what's next?
Wow. NASCAR cookout clash at Bowman Gray Stadium.
NASCAR's back. NASCAR's back. What? NASCAR's back. I'll be watching, sure. There's nothing else to watch. You're going to watch Shedeur Sanders run around in the sand all weekend playing football? I mean, I'll probably watch that too. Because
probably will watch that too.
Right? The cookout clash at Bowman Gray Stadium. The place is, ironically, Bowman Gray Stadium. The length of the track, 0.250 mile asphalt oval. So basically, it's like from our house to our mailbox and back. It's pretty much it. Like, and they've got cars going around it. It's so stupid, but it's also kind of cool at the same time because you're not used to seeing them cars like this on that track. The date is Sunday. The date is Sunday, February 1st. It kicks off at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The coverage kicks off at 6 p.m. Eastern Time on Fox Radio, MRN, or Sirius XM NASCAR Channel 90 is where you can listen. The distance is a huge 50 miles in a NASCAR Cup Series car. This will not take that long.
No.
These are words that I say all the time.
What is the word?
200 laps.
Exhibition? It's like an exhibition race.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it is. That's what it is. Saturday, January 31st is when practice and pole qualifying are. That kicks off at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can watch it on FSN, or you can listen to it for those old school people, MRN or Sirius XM. If you're old school, you probably don't have Sirius XM in your vehicle. The heat races 1 through 4 are on FS1 Saturday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, FS1, MRN, Sirius XM. Sunday, February 1st. Sunday. NCS Last Chance Qualifier races on Fox or MRN or Sirius XM at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The Cup Series main feature, the Cookout Clash at Bowman Gray on Fox or MRN, Sirius XM at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, here we go. Bowman Gray Stadium storylines and insights direct, hot off the press from NASCAR. Seriously, I just opened my email and saw they sent this shit to me. All right. 2026 is the 48th running of the Clash. Just the 5th held outside of Daytona since its inception in 1979. Between 1979 and 2020, the Clash was held on NASCAR Oval in Daytona. 2021 was held on the Daytona Road Course. 22 to 24 was held at the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum, and moved to Bowman Gray in 2025. The Clash was won by a different driver each of the last 8 years. 5 drivers won the Clash in their first attempt, that being 1979 Buddy Baker, some guy named Dale Earnhardt in 1980, another guy named Jeff Gordon in 1994, another Hall of Famer named Dale Jarrett in 1996, and future Hall of Famer and team owner Denny Hamlin in 2006. Joe Gibbs Racing has 8, and Team Penske has 4 combined wins with the Clash 12 of the last 15 years. Hendrick Motorsports with 2, RCR Richard Childress Racing with 1, won the other 3. Joe Gibbs Racing leads all teams with 12 Clash wins. All 12 came in the last 25 years. All 8 of Toyota's Clash wins have come in the last 14 years. All right. Chevrolet won the Clash only 3 times in the last 15 years after winning 6 straight between 2005 and 2010. Only twice has a team swept the top 2 finishing positions in the Clash, that being Hendrick Motorsports in 90 and Team Penske in 2018. Joe Gibbs Racing led 286 of 651 laps raced in the Clash in the main since it was moved to a quarter-mile track in 2022. Hendrick Motorsports failed to lead a lap in the main at the quarter-mile track at the Coliseum, but led 171 laps at Bowman Gray last year. Chris Buescher was the only driver who failed to make the main in all 3 years the Clash was held at the Coliseum. He won his heat race in Bowman Gray last year. Kyle Busch and Kyle Larson were the only drivers to finish in the top 5 in all 3 Clashes run at the Coliseum, while Byron, defending champion, was the only other driver to finish top 10 in all 3. None of them finished top 10 at Bowman Gray in 2025. All 4 Clash winners on a quarter-mile track started in the front 2 rows because there's no room to pass. The Clash was won from the pole the last 2 years. In 2025, Group 1 had the biggest advantage in first practice, sweeping the top 5 and placing 9 of the top 10 in the session. In 2025, Group 2 had the biggest disadvantage in qualifying in 2025 with no cars qualifying in the top 10. And Group 3 placed 3 cars in the top 5. Corey LaJoie, oh, by the way, is subbing for an injured Brad Keselowski at this year's Clash. Kyle Larson is the only driver locked into the Clash. 2026 Clash format. Okay, so this is how it works. We have 3 practice groups, with each group having 3 sessions. The final practice determines the starting order for the 4 heat races. Fastest on the pole for heat 1, second on the pole for heat 2, third on the pole for heat 3, and fourth on the pole for heat 4, etc. Heat races are 25 laps each. The top 5 finishers from heat races fill the first 20 of 23 spots for the main event, with the winner of heat 1 on the pole, winner of heat 2 in second, heat 3 in third, heat 4 in fourth, and so on and so forth. The remaining cars compete in a 75-lap last chance race. The top 2 finishers advance to the main event. The 23rd spot goes to the highest driver from 2025 driver point standings that is not already in the main event. That would be Kyle Larson. 200-lap main event with 23 cars, halfway break after lap 100. Only green flag laps count during the heats. Last chance qualifier and main, no overtime in the heats and last chance qualifier, but the main must finish under greens. You get all that, so will be a quiz in about 3 minutes.
Good luck with that.
All right, so that gives us something to watch. NASCAR is coming back. I think we should definitely go to the race when it comes out here this.
I would love to. You know that.
Phoenix Raceway, that's in March. Oh, by the way, let's jump on that schedule real quick. So we got the Cookout Clash at Bowman Gray Stadium, obviously, this Sunday. American 250 Florida Duel 1 at Daytona and Florida Duel 2 at Daytona are on Thursday, February 12th. That'll decide the inside and outside lanes for the Daytona 500 on the 15th. They go from there to Echo Park Speedway. That's the old Atlanta Motor Speedway in Hampton, Georgia. Then it goes from there to the Circuit of the Americas. I do like this road course. I think it's one of the best road courses in all of NASCAR. For all the people that say they only make left turns. No, they don't. Like, they got multiple road courses on the season. Thank God they got rid of that shitty Chicago road course.
No, they're not doing it this year, are they?
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was very impractical.
I hate that thing.
That's all I'll say about that.
All right. Road course. Moving on. All right. After the Circuit of the Americas, then they come here to the Valley for the Straight Talk Wireless 500 on March 8th. Then it goes to Vegas. We may actually, let's see if we can go up there too. Use our timeshare. That'd be pretty freaking cool. All right.
It would be.
Moving on. What's next? Or should I say last?
Sports. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, Jeffrey. All right. All right. It's time for a brand new game here on the SV podcast called Sports. And now, here's how it works. That's really not how we're saying it. That's how I'm saying it from this point forward.
Yeah.
Here's how it works. I'm going to give Lady M 6 weird facts about one NFL team, one at a time. You can guess after any fact. If you get it wrong, you get an no. But if you get it right, it's an oh yes. Like the like I need to do like the Kool-Aid guy.
Oh yeah.
We'll do that. All right. Are you ready for the first fact? This is NFL. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right. Fact number 1. This NFL team went 0-16 in a single season, become only the second team in league history to do so.
The Jets.
No.
Okay.
This is not the Jets. Fact number 2.
Okay.
This franchise once listed over 30 starting quarterbacks between the late 1990s and the early 2020s.
Wow. All right.
like
Well, guess
year.
Panthers.
No. Jeffrey. All right. Fact number 3. This team's fans once caused the game to be temporarily stopped after throwing bottles onto the field in protest of an officiating game. Actually, I think I could probably come up with like 6 teams with this one.
Done that. I know the
You
snowballs.
may have done that. What?
I know who did the snowballs. Wasn't that the Bills?
Actually, there were multiple teams that did that.
Rowdy, obnoxious, bottle throwing fans, huh?
Yeah.
The Saints.
No. It is not the Saints. Fact number 4. This franchise was relocated to another city, won Super Bowls under a new name, and later returned as an expansion team with the same branding.
Okay, so it moved cities, won a Super Bowl in the new city, and then it came back with its same branding that it had before anyways.
As an expansion team.
Expansion team. I'm trying to think of the ones that I've known that have moved. Expansion team. I can't remember who outside the Texans. So let's go Bengals.
No. I like doing that. It is not the Bengals. All right. Fact number 5. This team went 635 days without a win, spanning multiple seasons.
Jesus Christ. Who's been that bad? The Titans?
No. The Titans haven't been around that long to be that bad.
No, they haven't.
All right, the final fact. This is the team whose fans famously wore paper bags and celebrated going 1-31 over 2 seasons.
Oh my God, who started the paper bag thing? I should know. Because they still do it. They still show them in the stands sometimes with their paper bags on, like they're supposed to be there. my God, what team was that?
Final one.
Motherfucker. I still feel like it's East somewhere for some reason. Let's go Browns.
Oh, yeah! Great.
There they are.
Yes, pulls it out.
The Brown Bags.
Cleveland Browns, who actually packed up in the middle of the night and just left. They just left. They became, I believe it was the Baltimore Colts.
Interesting.
And then, they got the Browns back as an expansion team. Got it. Nailed it. Fact number 6.
Hold that one out of my ass at the end there.
Outstanding. Wow. Browns. All right. So that was a fun show. Gave me a chance to vent a little bit. By the way, again, if you have not read Mike Florio's 2022 book, Playmakers, How the NFL Really Works and Doesn't, that shows the NFL's attempt, basically ridiculous yet impactful controversy over Deflategate and how they ordered the writer of the report to leave out certain numbers, pressure data. Right. Wow. When that came out, I was like, I freaking knew it. Because anybody that lives in the snow or the cold, like I did it all the time when I was a kid. I'd leave my football outside, leave my basketball outside. It would rain or whatever, and I'd come back out and like the air pressure would be like down. Yeah. I had to go pump it up again.
Just like the tires on your car. Gotta pump them up a little bit.
Go back if you jumped in late, go back and listen to the segment about how Troy Brown fixed a lot of stuff when it came to the Patriots. Again, Troy Brown was awesome. Troy Vincent, former Miami Dolphin, former Philadelphia Eagle, and former Buffalo Bill, and his vengeance against the New England Patriots. Wow. When that book came out and just put them all on blast, like, holy crap. All right, Mike Florio again, Playmakers, How the NFL Really Works and Doesn't, breaks down. So stop talking about Deflategate and then listen to Jimmy Johnson's words about how everybody was spying on everybody.
Right.
Most teams just weren't that good at it.
Right.
Wow. That's hilarious. All right. So before we get out of here, if you've ever said, I want to do sports media like I do, but I don't know where to start, this is your moment. I am actually hosting a free Sports Media X web class in the near future, next Thursday, by the way, where I break down exactly how sports fans like ourselves are turning podcast, blogs, and social content into real media brands and how you can do it too. No experience, no credentials, no gatekeepers. Go to coachjeffdemers.com/media to be notified for the next Sports Media X web class and take the first step toward covering the sports you love instead of just watching them from the couch. We'll see you inside. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook for the SV Podcast and Sports Media X. You can make sure you can follow myself at SmartSide, SMAAHTSIDE, and Lady M at Lady M_S3 on X. Shout out also to our men and women in uniform, those serving and those who have served. Lady M, what's the final word?
Keep loving sports.
That's the show for now. Shout out to the most badass military in the world and the toughest veterans to ever walk the planet. And as always, all you haters.